Boom. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unspecified Podcast. And boy, we got a lot to get into. Okay. There's a lot going on. Jesse Jackson, charismatic civil rights character, dies at age 84. Okay. That's kind of where we're starting right here tonight. Let's see. Rebel Ghost, what's up, dude? All hail Andonia. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. All right. Garrett, my brother, what is up? Bro Fist, Mrs. Unspecified, Genesis. Are we live? I don't know. Are we? What's up, Genesis? What's up? Good to see you. All right. All right. All right. So we're hanging out. We're getting into it here. Jesse Jackson, he died. Let's see. I have a clip here. This is one of his famous speeches here.
Blanket, one piece of unbroken cloth, the same color, the same texture, the same size. America's more like a quilt. Many patches, many pieces, many colors, many sizes, all woven and held together by a common thread. The white, the Hispanic, the black, the Arab, the Jew, the woman, the Native American, the small farmer, the business person, the environmentalist, the peace activist, the young, the old, the lesbian, the gay, and the disabled make up the American quilt. Even in our fractured state, all of us count and fit somewhere. We have proven that we can survive without each other, but we have not proven that we can win and make progress without each other. We must come together.
That's big news. Not necessarily for, everyone's generation. A lot of people aren't really as familiar, right? But he very well could fall. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say my thoughts. I have thoughts, right? And some folks are used, necessarily, but rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. Matt, what is up? Good to see you guys. Let's see. All right. And then let's see. We had Valentine's Day pass by since we saw you last. So I wanted to show you a little bit of this.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm good. Thank you.
You good?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You good? Okay. Happy Valentine's Day?
Oh, no, thank you.
You sure? You don't want it?
No,
Oh, you missing out, man.
my girlfriend.
You Hey, bro. Happy Valentine's. You sure? You good? You missed that. You missed that. You missed that. Hey, brother. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine's.
I'm
Here,
good.
open it up.
Open it up?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Happy Valentine's,
sure?
brother. Yes. Bless.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Thank you very
Hey,
much.
this is on behalf of a company called Sticker Mule. We're out here blessing people, so check them out, stickermule.com.
God bless me, thank
God
you.
bless. No, thank you.
Well, that's a blessing. So Sticker Mule is going viral after they attempted to give liberals a gift that turned out to be money, but they kept getting turned down because of their support of Trump. I just thought that was funny. Brisket, what's up? Independent Mini United, what is up? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So also, okay, it's the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the fire horse. Check this out. That's crazy. It should be crazy, though. 'Cause didn't they technically invent fireworks? So crazy on purpose. Okay, pretty cool. All right, fireworks light up night sky over Putian, China, as the city celebrates the Lunar New Year, the year of the horse. Okay. Let's see. And as well, also, okay, so Valentine's Day, okay, we're working in here, all right. And then we have the Chinese New Year. Okay. And now, obviously, if you're, a native of Louisiana, you all know all too well. It's also Mardi Gras. So it's Mardi Gras on the New Orleans streets, and these are scenes from Bourbon Street. This is last night, where the National Guard are still in town. Also, Shia LaBeouf was supposedly had quite the night in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Now, that is not something you see all the time. Okay. Literal National Guard on Bourbon Street. That is crazy. Also, okay, we have let's see. This is kind of weird news here. All at the same time. We have Shia LaBeouf, all right. Shirtless Shia LaBeouf arrested and charged after brawling in New Orleans bar on a 5-day Mardi Gras bender.
I'll fix your cuffs if you calm down. I'll fix your cuffs if you calm down.
What do you want to advise? You going to the Indigo Hotel?
It's not Indigo. Whatever hotel this is. Listen, calm down. Bro. Did I arrest you?
This man
What
is
are you talking about, bro? Relax.
That's why you going to jail now.
Relax, man.
That's why you going to jail now.
For what?
You arrest me for what?
I'm not going to keep telling you to calm down. You understand?
Copy 14.
What did I do to you, sir?
Copy 22 Alpha 1, 14 Alpha 12, continue.
What did I do to you, sir?
You didn't do anything.
1240, 1240.
Hold on. Get in my car. We're going to sit you in the car. You ain't got nothing in your pocket, do you?
Copy 1232.
Yo, watch. Make sure that you know my
Get in the
lawyers
car.
are watching everything.
I'm glad. Get in the car. Get in the car.
You're a dumb. What am I being arrested for, sir?
What's he being arrested for, Officer Bryant? So that way he knows.
Disorderly conduct, obstruction, and public drunk. And you know you're black, and you know you're a cop. Who loves you? You stuck, bro. Who you fighting for? You got a president that don't give a and you stuck in a police force that don't give a So you want to arrest white people who give a for cigarettes? I came up to you trying to be nice, you stupid. I came up to you asking for a cigarette, you dumb. For a cigarette if I was racist, you stupid. I was asking.
Okay. All right. So Shia LaBeouf had a night. You may know him from the movie Holes, the Disney movie, or Transformers, Disturbia. There's a bunch of little different movies, but just crazy. Okay. And now kind of switching from, walking folks in. Okay. Walking folks in. We talked about Valentine's Day, the Chinese New Year, Mardi Gras. All right. Now we're going to switch to the White House. All right. This is breaking. An 18-year-old wearing a tactical vest was running toward the U.S. Capitol with a loaded shotgun when officers arrested him today. The man was challenged by USCP officers who ordered him to put the gun down, and he did. Okay. In addition to his tactical vest, the suspect also had tactical gloves, and in the Mercedes, a Kevlar helmet and a gas mask. The suspect also had additional rounds of ammunition on him. The suspect is in custody. Police have not released his name or said what charges he may be facing.
U.S. Capitol Police say officers just arrested a person with what appears to be a gun. This happened near the west front of the Capitol building. We're told there does not appear to be any other suspects or an ongoing threat here. We want to emphasize that, but people are being advised to avoid this area right now. We're going to keep you updated as soon as we get new information on this arrest near the Capitol this afternoon.
And that's not even a touch of like what's like how crazy things are getting right now. Let's see. We have this just in from Jaden Scott. Okay, there's been some stuff going on at the, in Michigan, Bay City. What is it? City Hall. Let's see. We have Jake Lang.
Listen, America will not back down. We will not surrender. We will hold the line. These people have betrayed our country. It's time we recall these traitors. Guys, we will be marching in New York City on March. Meet us there. The Crusaders will fight and we will win. God bless you guys and God bless America. Cheers, everybody. Woo!
So they're talking about New York. It's becoming a focal point.
I'm going to use you guys back up that way, okay? Careful, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy.
So I'm gonna literally be like right here. Other than that, yeah, I don't care. Just a second here.
I'll get it. America, we have to fight back. We are being invaded by these migrants. We need to stand tall. We need to stand brave. We need to fight back. Guys, all across the country, join the Crusaders Active Club. Join the American Christian Public Affairs Committee, and let's fight back. We have the God-blessed Andre Williams over here, who is one of the most important Crusaders we have. He's a leader of a national franchise down in Detroit. Guys, we have been invaded by these migrants and by these white liberals. These guys are intentionally causing a genocide on our people. They're intentionally waging warfare. Their color revolution to defund the police has worked, and we need to fight back.
So if you're unfamiliar with Jaden Scott, this guy is actually a close friend to Jake Lang, who we also have seen in a perilous situation in Minnesota. But this guy specifically would show up multiple times protesting or counter-protesting. This is so difficult. He's a counter-protester to the protest. So he supports ICE, and he would show up, and he's been trying to build a following and a big group. More notably, he showed up at the front door of one of the known streamers, the Boots on Ground streamers, Mercado. He showed up at his front door and made a very veiled threat, at his front door. And we covered that in a couple of videos, not live streams, but we covered it in a video. What is up, Timmy? What is up? Bama by the Bay. What's up? Kalen Drake, good to see you. Bro Fists, Dragon Slayer. Good to see you, bro. Chessboard. We got Chessboard in the house. Thank you so much, Indy. You are the best. Do what?
To steal our land and steal our country. If we don't fight with this generation, we won't have a country to fight for. White men, black men, lock arms. This is our country, and we are being invaded by Hispanics, and we are being invaded by Arabic Americans. We need to fight back. They are outbreeding us 10-1. If we don't step up now, there won't be anything fighting for. We need to stop the color revolution. I'll see you guys in New York City. Sounds like that's my tune. Cheers, boys.
420 Meat Mom, what is up? Dragon Slayer with the $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. This episode is brought to you partially by me. Remember, no one has No one has been held accountable for the Jeff situation. We need to be active in demanding accountability. Thank you so much for that super chat, Dragon Slayer. My man. My man, my man. Appreciate that, brother. As he peels away and makes his escape from this, you know, and unfortunately, I don't find these guys super genuine. You know, this guy kind of popped up out of nowhere talking about being a hedge fund manager that was fired and all this other stuff. And you know, I'm a little bit weary of the honeypot, you know, the net name grabbing, you know, join my group, sign up, join my group, put your name on this list for me. You know what I mean? You know, just a little bit of a provocateur from what I can pick up on, but I'm not knocking the guy. So, you know, if you guys think something else, I'd love to hear it. Keep those lights on, brother. But I appreciate that, man. Seriously, I appreciate the support, Dragon Slayer. Keeping the lights on, keeping independent support, independent coverage like this possible. I appreciate you, brother. And all of our members. Let's see here. So we've heard from Jake Lang. Let's hear from the left. So this quote says, "The left is not violent." Here are 2.5 minutes of leftists directly calling for violence.
It is now fight ICE.
Oh, well, she was trying to run him over. It's self-defense. I wish she was, and I wish she did. And guess what? If she did and he died, I would have celebrated because ICE aren't people. They're fucking demons in human form.
Yeah, just to be entirely clear here, just to not split any hairs, if you support ICE, you are just as bad as ICE. You're a cancer on humanity that should be excised. That is to say, I want you dead.
The only true way to make America great again.
And of course, this is all the tolerant left. Specifically calling, you know, the non-violent left calling for violence.
It's to kill a fucking Nazi. So good luck, Godspeed.
I have an idea. A No Kings protest, but we have weapons and we use them.
Violence against the state. The answer is violence against the state. It's always been violence has always been the answer. If you are not loudly advocating for the death and imprisonment of almost everyone in this administration and everyone that has participated in these ICE operations, then you're a fucking collaborator.
Remember, if ICE tries to police your polling station, mark your ballot in their blood. Thank you.
If they try to break into your home without a warrant, blow their heads off.
I don't want impeachment. I don't want them to serve time. I want them taken into the city town square, hung from their ankles.
Now, there is a certain situation where we should, there's a certain thing going on right now where you could almost understand the sentiment, but it really doesn't have anything to do with right or left or ICE, right? I think you guys might know what I'm talking about. I think Dragon Slayer knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, we did. Whole another level of crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to find that anti. I can't get that link right now. Let's see. President Trump is preparing to release evidence publicly showing which foreign powers interfered in the 2020 election. And I don't have that link. There's so much going on, dude. It's like so much and nothing. So much and nothing. Yeah, how do you reason with them? That's exactly the thing. That's like exactly, you can't reason with them. It is everywhere. YouTube is having a problem with their homepage. It's currently being fixed. Huh. Yeah, they were saying something about X as well. Something weird was going on over on X. ICE agents have officially started deporting Somalians in Minnesota.
Out the way, Lewis. Out the way. Out the way. You're gonna get knocked down. Move.
Yeah, so y'all see that, right? Y'all see how sad that is? That man being taken away from his family, dog, and people don't think that's a problem. Y'all think that's okay? Put yourself in his position, man. Put yourself in his shoes. That shit ain't cool, man. That shit is sad.
Let's see. Meanwhile, while that guy's saying that, right, officers can't even make an arrest in Chicago.
Check it out, man. Hey, check it out, boo. Go. Back up. Go, man. Go.
Genesis, start with Eon. Oh, man. Well, that's no good. Something going on with YouTube. What's up, mainstream?
Hey, don't go. Hey, go.
He don't got nothing on him or nothing.
As they come search you ain't got shit. They finna let you go. He didn't even do nothing, so he threw something on the floor. They bounced out. Give me your ID. What? That shit don't make no sense, gang. On breathe.
Officers were assaulted at Homan and 13th in Chicago Police Department's 10th precinct. Chicago mayor, the police are under siege. If these officers can't make an arrest without being punched and shoved, how safe are Chicago residents? But you don't understand. They have to feed their families. Kevin Sorbo on X shared with. Cheryl, what's up? What's up? Welcome in. Good to see you. They have to feed their families too. Unreal. Unreal. Bro, I'm so glad none of this happened when I was working in security, bro. Garrett says, I guarantee during this YouTube outage, they're looking into what monitoring files are talking about them. Well, we'll have to see, man. I realized that it was becoming, I don't know. not necessarily a trap, but in some ways a trap, you know. Cheryl says, so they can just go in and take what they want and not get in any trouble. I guess it depends on where you're at these days. Man, speaking of New York, okay, this dude, Mayor Mamdani, we are forced to raid our rainy day fund, retiree benefit fund, and increase property taxes. This dude is going to sink New York.
Would rather do is ensure that they remain as they are so that the city can be on firm financial footing. However, in order to get to this point of closing the gap on both this fiscal year and the next fiscal year, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, the retiree health benefits trust reserve, and to increase property taxes across these other years. What would rather do is ensure that they remain as.
I mean, that the footage and stuff that I have been seeing out of New York, okay, with the snow melting and the amount of trash and feces on the ground. I wish I had the clip. I don't know if I have it. It is insane what's going on in New York, dude. Speaking of Miss Eon Omar.
I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people, because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things tells you that the dumbing of the United States has arrived, because how else do we get a Trump presidency again? These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point.
I wonder who these people are. And, what they have in common is, being in, leadership. Let's see here. I'm trying to find give me a second. I'm a little out of order. Then we have Oakland.
Это пацаны 100 просто. Это Окленд. Это Окленд. Это пацаны 100 просто. Это Окленд.
So there's outages going on? Have a blessed night, Kaylin. Thank you for hanging out with us. Exactly. You said it, Genesis. Islamification of the USA. And that's the clip I was looking for a second. I'm sorry I got quiet. I lost it. Speaking of Valentine's Day, check this out. Employee films what customers aren't supposed to see inside the Cheesecake Factory. Check this out. This is on Valentine's Day recently. Look at the filth.
It is currently 1:17 in the morning.
I mean, that's just like how are they ever going to get all that clean, man? I honestly. They don't want anyone talking about the certain files. Wow. So is everyone having issues? We'll just try and get through it. Maybe it'll be better later on. Here, let's see. I really wanted to find that clip, but I can't find it. The one talking about New York. U.S. Southern Command Joint Task Force has had some strikes in the Caribbean and in the Eastern Pacific, specifically terrorist groups engaged in drug trafficking. There's a boat. Boom. No boat. Just like that. For real, Cheryl. Says, well, they'll try to shut YouTube down. Oh no, where will we get our news from if that happened for real? Kaboom. He was just fishing. That's right. I mean, he was just fishing. All right. Are you ready for it, folks? Are you ready for it? Check it out. Let's see. CNN's Pamela Brown to release an anti-Christian hit piece that uses the assassination of Charlie Kirk to highlight the rise of Christian nationalism in the United States. Are y'all ready? They're going to start painting Christian nationals into being some super terrible group. Are you ready? Let me see if I can get this.
Past several months, I've been working on a special project examining the growing influence of Christian nationalism in America. If you're not familiar, Christian nationalism is an ideology rooted in the belief that our country was founded as a Christian nation and that our laws and institutions should reflect Christian values. In the lead up to my hour-long documentary this weekend, we're going to bring you a preview of what you'll see, starting off with the assassination of Charlie Kirk last year. Experts say it was a pivotal moment for the movement and an occasion where the tragedy of his loss unified Christian nationalists and the Trump administration as they honored him.
September 21st, 2025.
America is a nation in grief, a nation in shock, and a nation in mourning. Charles James Kirk was heinously murdered.
That young man. I forgive him. Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist and prominent Christian nationalist, was assassinated. It became a rallying call for those who believed in his message.
Our greatest evangelist for American liberty became immortal.
And it was a call to action.
My charge to all of you, put Christ at the center of your life as he advocated for giving his.
Memorial service was one of the most potent examples of the shift in our culture that we're experiencing right now, where a large segment of American Christians are being activated by these ideas, radicalized by these ideas that...
Really? Do we need to go over who's being radicalized? Okay. It's hilarious. Do we need to go over this? The Christians are being radicalized, not these people. Right, because this is all Christians being radicalized.
I just want to know when the fuck we...
Snooks, what's up? Good to see you. there's a global outage on YouTube right now. I can only pull up subbed YouTubes. That is insane. I know, I'm seeing it and hearing about it in the chat. That is crazy. Dragon Slayer says, let's see if I can find his comment. Hey, is there still an unspecified Discord? There is, but it is highly, it's a thing right now. It still exists. I think it still works, but I need to work on it and like loosen it up or something like that, because it's like it's set up in a way that I didn't intend for it to get set up, basically, and I'm basically in over my head. Well, I'm so sorry, everybody, that YouTube is being so weird. Well, let me know if you can hear me. If you can see the show or hear us.
Light the torches and get the pitchforks, because we just need to burn this bitch down and start the fuck over.
So there is one side calling for burning it down, being unburdened by what has been. There's one side calling to burn it down. Okay, they're out in the streets. But what they want is for you to believe that Christians
say that they are the persecuted ones and that they need to stand up for Christians' rights.
Okay. If you can't see what's going on here, right? 5x5, 5x5. I appreciate that. Can hear you okay. It was just getting. Oh, it sucks. Good for now, anti-good. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. So right now there's like a campaign, a smear campaign going on. And you just wait. It's just getting started. We just heard the Royal Mounted Police if I can find that clip. Check this out. This just kind of runs in the same theme.
Well, radicalization in general quite often will show by people isolating themselves and changing their behavior, like changing what they're saying on a subject, like becoming more extremist. If someone was very believed in equal gender rights, but all of a sudden are leaning towards like traditional values, and that might be a sign that they're becoming more extremist. Well, radicalization in general quite often will show.
And that's from a Staff Sergeant Camille Hebel from the Royal Mounted Police in Canada. The police on horses. So I think we're going to see a push against Christians in general, but especially in America. They're going to call it white Christian nationalism. They're going to paint it to be a bad thing to be a Christian. And of course, anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear has been hearing and seeing this coming for a long time. So it's not really anything new to you guys, but a lot of folks may not be aware. Yeah, that's right. You ain't seen nothing yet. Midterms are coming. You better believe it. Let's see. Check out the schools. This is principal at Da Vinci High School allowed supervised anti-ICE protests where kids ran through the street and ripped up signs from counter protesters. He then refused to answer any questions.
Are you involved with this protest at all?
Those are my students.
I'm sorry. So, are you teach here? Do you teach here?
I prefer not to engage.
That's okay. You're on the public sidewalk. Are you working right now?
Am I working right now?
Yeah.
Sure am.
What's your name?
He don't want to give his name.
I'm asking you what your name. You're on the public sidewalk. You're working, and these are your students. What is your name? Have these students notified their parents?
What's that?
Have these parents notified their parents that they're out here protesting on the sidewalk?
Sorry?
Have these
I can't
parents,
hear you over the protest.
Have these parents been notified that their students are protesting?
I'm
Their
having a hard
children.
time hearing you.
Have these parents been notified that their children are protesting on the public sidewalk during school day?
Okay, I'm sorry, what?
Have you notified the parents that these children?
Stay on the side.
Have you notified the parents that these children are protesting during the school day? Were school resources used to make these signs?
Your hate makes us stronger. Your hate makes us stronger. Your hate makes us stronger. Your hate makes us stronger.
The youth.
Are you a teacher? You love this, right? Are you a teacher here? Have these parents been notified? Yes, they have. They have? Did your parents give you permission?
Proud
and proud. Proud and proud. Did your parents give you permission to be here?
They give me permission. I'm a mom.
Okay, what's your mother's name? What's your mother's name? What's your mother's name? Did your parents give you permission to be here? Did you ask the parents? Did you ask their parents if they could protest here? Were your parents notified if you were protesting today?
Your hate makes us stronger. 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 Your hate makes us stronger.
Get away from me!
Okay, that was assault.
Get away from me!
Your hate makes us stronger. Your hate makes
A little boy wearing eyeshadow.
us stronger. Your hate makes us stronger. Your hate makes us stronger.
We definitely, it is a literal, and I know I sound what I sound like when I say it's like a mind virus, but it's literally, poor behavior, lack of self-control, attacking an older lady, hitting an older lady. I mean, the signs are clear, guys. We got a problem, and there's a problem in the youth. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need to be praying for our country. All right. All the while, this is the home that, they're selling. They're called Ozempic houses. Are you ready for this? Okay. Ozempic houses are going viral. People are shocked by what's inside. This real estate agent is walking through a brand new 350 square foot house built by Lennar. There's no real bedroom, no real closet. You have to climb a ladder to get to the loft. The shower looks like it belongs on a boat. Every inch is compressed, stripped, and downsized. They're selling it as home ownership for $130,000. Payments are in the $900 a month range. Only $1 down. Some people call it freedom. Others call it dystopian hell. Okay. Would you actually live here? Check this out. This is where they want folks living.
People are absolutely going to hate this house, and that's exactly why I'm posting it. This is Lennar's 350 square foot floor plan. I got one for sale, $1 down, and you know what? Some people hate them, some people love them. So let's see what all the fuss is about.
Bam, Bama. I hear you on the shotgun house, right? I hear you on the shotgun house, but this takes it to a whole nother level, dude. This is like a New York apartment gone mobile.
About. The number that I said is in fact the true number. The home really is only 350 square feet, but you get the things you need, the necessities. You got the fridge, you got the granite countertops, you got the cabinetry, you got the stove, you got the stuff to make it technically a home. You got the main bedroom down here, you got the restroom, which we're going to check out right now. So the bedroom isn't very large. There isn't even technically considered like a closet, but you got some space to hang up some of your clothes, and you got your shower. By no means a big shower, but it is a shower, and it is better than paying rent. You got your washer dryer connections in there as well. They really crammed everything in there. Here's the part where people really lose their shit though. You do need to take a ladder up to the loft, which we're going to check out right now. So let's go check out the loft. We
Don't bump into the air conditioner on your way up.
are up in the loft. Look, is this home for everybody? Absolutely not. But neither is paying $1,400 in rent to go live with roommates that you don't even like. A lot of people think that this home is insane, but what I see is no landlord, no rent increases, and you get homeownership. This is definitely an opportunity. Is it small? Yes. Is it different? Absolutely.
So it was YouTube got hacked while we were live. I mean, what? YouTube is back. I know, Ion Solara. That's a fifth wheel with the wheels took off. Not for the elderly, that ladder. Yeah.
Is it stupid?
Or, I mean, what if you had a hip injury or a knee injury or, I mean, what if you had a bad ankle? I mean,
it depends on who you ask. I see a home in the 130s. Their payments are going to be the 900s. So it might not be stupid. It might be strategy.
Right. So instead of renting, you get a bad investment. Sukma. That's what's up. What's up?
$1 down, brand new home, 900-ish on the payment for 130s. I don't think you could beat it.
Man, these houses are on Ozempic, man.
These houses on Ozempic. Look at that. 50-year mortgage.
That Ozempic houses.
That's crazy. Rebel Ghost says it went down for a while. You got booted. I know. I saw. I was like, what in the world is going on? Okay, so we're going to have to look into that. But it, the housing situation is a whole thing. Let's see if we can find that clip I was looking for. Give me just a second, folks. Okay. So it's not just the houses, right? It's the restaurants. Check this out. This is called the Wing Factory. Let me know if is this what you guys are into? Check this out. Is this jive now? Is this hip?
I just walked into the Wing Factory on 25th and Wabash, and I've never seen anything like this. Maybe I'm just not hip, but allegedly it's a spot. There's no cashier, no nothing. And I guess the kitchen is behind there. And you just come here, you put in your order, you wait for a second, you don't talk to nobody, and then they deliver your food through these lockers. This is the most dystopian shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm geeking right now. I just walked in.
So you just walk in and you tap what you want on the pad or the iPad over there. You don't talk to anybody, and then it just shows up in a locker. I mean, is it a brave new world or what? I mean, is it coming at you all at once or what? I mean, that's just crazy. Give me a second. And when it comes to the stuff that oh boy. And then you throw this in the mix, right? Pharmacies.
We have a medication that costs $4 to dispense. You bill to the insurance, and they want to charge the patient $97.06.
Say that again.
We have a claim for a prescription that costs less than $4. The insurance wants to charge the patient $97.
So what are we going to do?
We're going to get yelled at by the patient. And they're going to blame us for their insurance, charging them that price, saying we made it that price. Love you, CVS. Hey, come here. Tell me how this makes sense. We have a medication that costs $4 to dispense. You bill to the insurance, and they want to charge the patient $97.06.
Say that again.
We have a claim for a prescription that costs less than $4. The insurance wants to charge the patient $97.
So what are we going to do?
we're going to get yelled at by the patient. And they're going to blame us or their insurance, charging them that price, saying we made it that price. Love you, CVS.
Insane, man. Let's see. All right. This is basically someone is buying up. Check this out. Tell me what you think about this.
I worked my whole life, and this is what it comes down to. Some greedy person wanting his big chunk out of what little bit I had.
One of the most important forms of affordable housing is under threat. You might know them as mobile home parks or trailer parks, and they often get a bad rap. But 22 million Americans call them home for a reason.
We're pretty much the last oasis of affordable housing in this country.
These parks are at the foundation of America's housing market, often the last line of defense against homelessness. But over the last decade, these communities have become the target of a new kind of landlord: private equity.
Some of the biggest investors in America have moved into this industry.
People living at a local mobile home park outraged over the sharp increase in lot rent.
Rents were raised by nearly 60%.
Madeline Beckett lives in a park outside of Lansing, Michigan.
This park was run the way a good park should be run, by the same couple for years and years and years.
Like most people in manufactured housing, Madeline owns her home, but pays monthly rent to the park owner for the land it sits on.
When I retired, I looked at my money and my situation, and I'm like, okay, great. I knew what the rent was. It was a third of my income. And then the conglomerate came in and offered, apparently, the owner money that he couldn't resist.
3 years ago, a private equity firm bought Madeline's community and later sold to another firm. Today, 12 private equity firms own at least 1,200 parks nationwide, according to the Private Equity Stakeholder Project.
There is an overall trend in our economy to identify who has the fewest choices and then squeeze them. While folks often call them mobile homes, they're not really particularly mobile. Wall Street investors, private equity firms, hedge funds kind of figured out that folks living in manufactured housing communities are trapped. They can't move.
It costs $10,000 to $20,000 to move one of these homes, and most people who live in them can't afford that. Because they can't move, they're uniquely vulnerable to predatory landlords who can charge the highest rent residents can bear. That business model, a reliable stream of payments from captive tenants, is a big reason why these parks are so lucrative, providing investors with one of the highest annual returns of any asset in real estate.
This is a financial play to them. They don't care about us. They'd just as soon evict us, take our homes, and then rent them out to somebody else for $200 more. This is the plunder of private equity. This is what they do.
I have nowhere to go. Just the other day, my daughter went with me to the food bank, and I hadn't done that before. I haven't been poor. I worked for 45 years. There is no American dream anymore. All it is survival.
That's what they want. That's where they're getting it. Check this out. The mowable meadow. Have you heard of this?
Reimagining of what is possible in the suburban landscape. With the mobile meadow, we selectively mow pathways and borders while letting other areas grow untouched. This allows us to increase pollinator habitat and the flowering potential not found in the traditional lawn. And most importantly, it serves to help our communities imagine an alternative to the lawn. It's time to reprogram the American lawn back into the American meadow. It's time to mow different. The mobile meadow is a reimagining.
I like it. Okay. I'm inspired. If I had a field or something, I would make it a mowable meadow. I don't know if I can get away with it where I live right now. Okay. I think I've already got enough of a rap with my neighbors. I don't think I could quite get away with it, but, well, thank the Lord. Dad's Precious says YouTube appears to be loading normally. That's wild. There was an outage going on. That's insane. I like the mobile meadow idea. Okay. Forgive me. All right. We'll move on. Okay. We got some more stuff to get into here. Let's see. I'm not done with dystopia here. Okay. I got plenty of dog robot videos here, but this one I thought was a little bit different and new. Maybe you want to check this out. Dubai is ramping up robotics in public spaces. Okay. From firefighting to street patrols, Dubai ramps up its use of robots in public places.
The specifications of this robot is that it can shoot up to 60 meters, plus 2,400 liters per minute, so that's about 40 liters per second. A human firefighter, if he goes into a very harsh environment with chemicals, with toxic materials burning, it can harm him, but it doesn't harm the robot as much, since it already also detects these kind of gases and leaks through its sensors.
It's called the DPI.
I know, Timmy, I was thinking the same thing. Okay. I was like looking at their gear, looking at their trucks. I'm like, holy crap, man.
R2. It's a fully automated car. It has many features. It's fully supported with AI functions, face recognition.
Ion Solara says maybe they can finally start getting rid of slavery there. I don't know. Look at the level of gear they have. They've got the robot. That's like, I don't know, $125,000 something dollars. And they got the Land Rover. That's like $125 something $1,000. I mean, and then the truck behind him, it's kitted out. Look at the aftermarket bumper. I mean, Dubai has the money. Their gear is like, I mean, they're trying to surpass us. All right. Now look, I don't know if I can share this with you guys, but since we're having outages and everything, check this out. It says, hold on, let her cook.
Let me be clear. I am not against women succeeding. I am not against women working outside the home. That's their choice. But what I am against is a small elitist group of Northeastern establishment liberals putting down homemakers. Now, the libers love to say that they're dedicated to choice. But if you dare to choose the path of full-time mother, well, there must be something wrong with you. I mean, if you don't feel enslaved, well, you're just dumb and unenlightened. In fact, you're not even a person. Because you see, the women's liberation movement is basically a very negative attitude toward life. It tells women, sister, the cards are stacked against you. When you wake up in the morning, you won't get a job. And if you do, it won't be a good one. And if you get a good one, you won't get promoted. And if you get married, your husband will treat you like a servant. And marriage is just a lot of dirty diapers and dirty dishes. But don't take my word for it. Read their own literature. Betty Friedan, mother of the movement, wrote in The Feminine Mystique that marriage is, and I quote, a comfortable concentration camp. But it is not enough that they're demeaning us in the press. Oh, no. Now they want to use our miraculous Constitution to create a sex-neutral society through this so-called Equal Rights Amendment, which will mean that that baby girl will be drafted and the men will be at home nursing the babies. I mean, can you imagine if Buck was left in charge of your children? Oh, God help us. Yes, that's right. It's ridiculous, and it's downright un-American, because women are the primary caregivers in the home because we bear the children. And if the liberationists have a problem with that, they're going to have to take it up with God. Because what is going to happen if you push women out into the workforce is that women are going to find themselves with 2 full-time jobs. And they're going to be exhausted and unhappy and feel like they're not doing either well, until eventually they decide not to have children at all. Maybe that's the liberationist goal. I mean, after all, their hero is Gloria Steinem, a single, childless woman nearing 40. But she is the sort of miserable, pathetic woman they aspire to be. She wants some kind of constitutional cure for her personal problems. And perhaps that is why the liberation.
Exactly, Dark Woods. And look how it turned out. Okay. Anybody, looking around, seeing what's going on? You see how that turned out? This is a food warning here.
Watch what you're eating. There is a company called Flagship Pioneering, founded by Nubar Afeyan. He co-founded Moderna. You know, the company that vaccinated hundreds of millions of people with their mRNA technology. Now, because they lost all credibility, the same monsters funded another company called Tarana to infiltrate the food supply with RNA technology. And multiple studies have shown that when foreign RNA gets in our body, it can mess with our immune system and alter our basic human biology, which can create illness. And if you research Tarana, you see all the same connections with Pfizer, Moderna, GSK, Bill Gates, and all the people that want to hurt us. We gotta ask ourselves, why do they want to put this technology in us so badly? They're attacking us with it from every angle, starting new companies under LLCs, under private equity funds, always sneaking around. I'd have so much more respect for them if they could just have one company called We Want to Murder You and stop with the deception. Now, the bad news is that there are no regulatory requirements to say if the food you're eating has RNA technology in it or not. So the only way to avoid it right now is to buy certified organic, because to qualify as certified organic, you cannot have synthetic biotech inputs. But can we even trust that? For now, it's best to make friends with our local farmers or produce our own food, if we can. But most importantly, we have to press our elected officials on these issues. It's time to get organized, because moving forward, this could be the difference between an organic food supply or a synthetic food supply.
No good. That is no good. Check this out. They're gassing bananas.
You are not eating a banana. You are eating a once fresh plant pumped with gas to artificially ripen it before being locked in a warehouse. Nearly every banana at the grocery store is the same single sterile clone that makes up 99% of banana exports. It can't reproduce, it has zero genetic diversity, and it wasn't chosen because it was nutritious. A study by the International Journal of Food Science found that naturally ripened bananas had more aromatic compounds, higher polyphenol levels, and more vitamin C. Both organic and conventional bananas go through this same ethylene gas ripening because the USDA explicitly allows it. Now, ethylene is a naturally occurring plant hormone and is FDA GRAS approved, but it is a signal of lower nutritious value. The modern banana was engineered for logistics, and no commercially available banana in the US grocery store avoids this process. If you choose to avoid it, you need to start shopping locally instead. The largest database of local farmers markets is coming to Oasis very soon. And you can check the Oasis app to stay on top of the latest produce testing and research.
Golfing Guns, good to see you, brother. Brofish.
You are not eating a banana. You are
gross. And I get to get away with that because I can't eat bananas. I don't know what happens, but it's like either, I don't know what it is. We suspect I'm allergic to them or something, but I get like terrible intestinal cramping. I don't know what it is. I have to get my potassium from other sources. Let me know what y'all think about this here.
Anyone's seen this trend, but it's wild. It's basically pictures of the past versus pictures of the present, and there's a common theme. Slowly, over time, color has just been leached out of our society as we favor black, gray, beige, and glass. That's McDonald's before and after. That's the Home Alone house, which was an affluent house filled with lots of color. Same house, no color. So we've kind of conditioned people to think that affluence and trendiness is color. That is the city centre of Glasgow. So it's architecture as well, beautiful building. They replaced it with this monstrosity, the St. Enoch Centre. I don't trust this world. I don't trust the people that run it. I think that this is deliberately being orchestrated to make us feel dead inside, right? Because color is actually very stimulating for the brain. As a hypnotherapist, I get people to imagine colors for things like pain relief. Lots of religions have colors. The chakra system has colors. Colors arouse the brain. They stimulate us and they make us creative. And I think that we have taken color out of society to make us feel jaded. Anyone seen this?
Anyone else notice that? I mean, I definitely have noticed. It's like it's just a handful of colors. No matter where you go, that's what color cars you're going to see. I've noticed that McDonald's, not that I eat there anymore, but that they're super dystopic and like they feel like a prison or a jail waiting cell, I don't know. It's just something's going on, and it's coming from the folks up top, and it's happening everywhere. I've definitely noticed it. Listen to these guys. Check this out.
Yeah, have you seen that shit going viral? Dude, it's a problem. Yeah, it really is.
I mean, if you look at Cisco, it is the #1 distributor in the country, and they're all getting the same shit. They just came out with this documentary where a guy was traveling around the country, and he ate and ordered chicken tenders and mozzarella sticks at like 8 or 10 different states, and they were literally the same ones. To me, it's impossible to open up a restaurant and go, hey, dude, I got something different. All you do is have a different address.
Nobody takes pride in cooking anymore. Even in their houses, they don't do it. Everybody's getting the same exact fucking frozen shit out of a bag. It just doesn't even fucking matter. I don't know. It's all shit. It's all shit. United States of Generica, baby. United States of Generica.
Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
What?
Back in my day.
Back in my day. Back in my day, people actually cared about what they did. They took pride in it. Yeah, have you seen that shit going viral?
That's so true. It's just the same thing everywhere, done a little bit differently. Look, in honor of Charlie, y'all, we got to play this one.
Satan tries to get you through your vows. I will never take another drink again. Don't say that. You are not capable of doing that. The self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. It says it very clearly in the scriptures. Instead, you should say, only thanks to the power of Jesus Christ would I ever not be able to take another drink again. That is a completely different thing than saying I alone can take on the evil and the devices of Satan. Completely and totally different. And Jesus said this. He said, do not make earthly vows. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. As soon as you take a vow, what is Satan? He's a taunter. He's able then to taunt you with your own vow, right? You said you would never do this again. Come on, let's see how strong you are. All of a sudden, it's held over your head. Instead, you should say, I am not enough. Jesus, take my place and fight the spiritual battle for me. Please, Jesus, come into my life. And that surrender, that true unconditional admission that you cannot fight that spiritual battle is incredibly liberating. And Jesus will come in and will win that battle. But here's the second way is that Satan takes hold when we are disobedient, especially in terms of the flesh. Satan is a master of being able to capture us when we engage in repetitive, intentional, fleshly sin. We all know what that is. I don't need to overemphasize that. You know what that is. It's when we decide that things that feel good, that we know that are not good for us, especially in the sexual domain, that's where Satan is licking his chops and he knows he's got you. He knows that's where human beings are in some ways at their weakest. This is why it says in the New Testament, flee from sexual immorality. And it goes on to say that Satan prowls the earth, in 1 Peter, prowls the earth like a lion looking for those to devour. It's a pretty profound statement, isn't it? Satan tries.
So true, dude. So true. Charlie was right, folks. Charlie was right. Check this out.
So there was this group of women doing a study of the book of Malachi in the Old Testament. And they came upon the third verse in chapter 3, and it puzzled them. It said, he will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. And they wondered what this statement meant about the character and nature of God. So one of the women offered to investigate the process of refining silver and then get back to them at their next Bible study. So that week, the woman called up a silversmith and was like, hey, can I come watch you while you work? And she didn't mention anything about why she wanted to do this other than her curiosity about the process of refining silver. So he agreed, and she went. And as she watched him, he held a piece of silver over the fire and let it heat up. He explained that in refining silver, one needed to hold the piece in the middle of the fire, where the flames were the hottest, as to burn all the impurities away. The woman thought about God holding us in such a hot spot. Then she thought again about the verse. He sits as a refiner and purifier of silver. So she asked the silversmith if it was true, if he had to sit there in front of the fire the entire time that the silver was being refined. He said yes, and he went on to explain that not only did he have to sit there, but he had to keep a very close eye on it, because if it was left a moment too long, then it would be damaged. The woman was silent for a moment, and then she asked, how do you know when the silver is fully refined? And he smiled and said, that's easy. When I see my image in it.
That is so good, dude. That is so good.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question.
You're allowed to ask whatever you want, bro. It's your
What
podcast.
the internet's going to think, but you know how you stand on the Lord Jesus Christ, right?
Yep.
What about Allah? Minister Farrakhan is standing on Islam the same way you standing on Christianity. There's somebody standing on Buddhism the same way. When they say Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, they say Allah. Is that just one person?
When Jesus was alive on the earth, he said a statement that to this day is very controversial. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No human being can come to God but through me. That Jesus said something that was very exclusive, that the only pathway to God was through him. Jesus also told us that there is only one God, who is Yahweh, and that there is no other God, and that any other God is an idol and is not a true God. Now, Jesus taught that. So the whole issue about is Allah God and who's God is all depends on was Jesus telling the truth or was Jesus a liar. If Jesus is credible, then there is only one God, and the scripture gave us his name. He is Yahweh, Jehovah. If Jesus is credible, there is no other God but Yahweh. If Jesus is credible, there are no multiple pathways to God except through him. If Jesus is credible, then the pathway to God is small, narrow, and exclusive if Jesus is credible. If Jesus is not credible, then there are multiple gods. If Jesus is not credible, there are multiple pathways to God. If Jesus is not credible, then Allah and Yahweh the same person. If Jesus is not credible, the decision we got to make is Jesus credible? Now, if a man can be crucified and buried and put in a tomb and was supernaturally raised from the dead and seen alive in history by over 400 eyewitnesses, I think that man is pretty credible, because Muhammad was a great leader, but he did not resurrect from the dead. Joseph Smith was a great leader, but he was not raised from the dead. Confucius was a leader, but he didn't. All these men were leaders, but they were not raised from the dead. But there is a man in history who is the progenitor of a major world faith who was raised from the dead and seen alive. So now we got to determine, was that man credible? I believe that that man was credible. And because I believe he's credible, I have to believe what he says. It's not about my personal opinion. It's, do I believe Jesus was credible? If Jesus is credible, Nehemiah, then there is only one God who has a name, Jehovah, who has a name, Yahweh, who has a name, Elohim, who has a name, Lord, who has revealed himself in the pages of scripture. And that the only way to get to him is through his son, if Jesus is credible.
I don't know if I'm allowed.
Boom. 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 I agree with you, Dark Woods. They don't call them the 7 deadly sins for no reason. Charlotte, sometimes, what's up? I'm a little behind, but that silver analogy gave me chills in a good way. Amen. Been lurking. All right, we love our lurkers. What's up, lurkers? What's up, everybody? Well, that is all that I have for you this evening, everybody, and it was lovely hanging out with you, and I wish that we could do it longer. I'm going to hang out here and chat for a little bit, but I understand if you've got stuff to do and places to be, people to take care of and whatnot. Let me know what you thought about that. And what are some topics that you guys are interested in, or what's catching your eye out there right now? What's coming across your radar? Of course, we have some type of YouTube, what was that, hack or I don't know, what was that? Outage? A YouTube outage? What type of sense does that make? As soon as we went live at prime time. So that's kind of like it was intentional. They meant for you to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was meant to be seen. It, prime time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. This is like when folks are off, having dinner, getting ready, going, I don't know. I know. Yeah. This is unspecified. It's a noisy quiet right now. It's a noisy quiet. That's a good way to put it. Hey, we appreciated you being here, Bama. Sister Fist, Bro Fist. Good to see you. Good to see you. It booted you. So folks are getting booted. Your video earlier today really hit home. Well, it's just like, that was more of a, perspective kind of piece about how there's so much coming across my radar. Sometimes you just have to kind of step back and zoom out. So some really screwy stuff is going on with YouTube. Cheryl says it took all my subs away. Hopefully they're back. It is. Thank you. Genesis says it's like watching the beginning of a dystopian movie. I mean, somebody give her a target. That was like bullseye. Reading the End Times novel. I mean, if you're paying attention, and that's what we aim to do. We're just paying attention. I'm not trying to, of course, I put my faith and my hope, and that it's not because I'm so unaffected by anxiety and all that. I put my faith and my hope in Jesus. I don't put my trust in any man other than Jesus. When I felt my life force leaving my body, when I thought when I was having my health episode, and this was a few years back now, I immediately reached out to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I reach out to when it seems like it's all falling apart here and now. I reach out to Jesus. He's the one who's there for you. He's the one who's always been there for you. At least that's the case for me. My boy, Rebel Ghost, talking about crawfish etouffee. Man, he knows just what to say. He's from around these parts, so he knows the ways of the Cajun food, right? He knows just what to say. I saw your comment earlier about garlic, butter, celery, bell peppers, and some Cajun seasoning simmering down in a cast iron skillet with onion. The onion. All glory to Jesus Christ. Matt, I appreciate you saying that, brother. I appreciate you saying that. Matt Rogers Music. Man, I'm going to have to go check you out. Oh, yeah, actually. I appreciate you asking about that, Genesis. That is such a blessing. Genesis said, how is Miss Tammy? She's been in my prayers. Amen, man. Let me go through my update here and see how I can... all right. Thank the Lord. All glory to God. They are running multiple tests. Okay. I don't want to get into everything specifically, but it's a ton that they are doing. And it sounds like she has a team around her, helping her in a very blessed way. Okay. Pulling out all the stops right now. As far as we know, and I don't want to say too much, right? I'm trying to respect privacy because I have not necessarily, I haven't necessarily gotten full permission to talk about this openly, but I do appreciate to those who care about Miss Tammy's situation. They are running tests. Let's see. How can give me just a second and, so she's been on a ventilator, okay, and that's not an easy process. It's looking like it's moving in the right direction. Okay, that's the best way that I can put it. Things are moving in the right direction. She has a good team of doctors and staff who are helping her. If you guys could continue to pray for her, Miss Tammy. At this time, it would be just such a blessing, and so we'd be so grateful and so thankful. It's the most powerful thing we can do. If we have any friends or family who are sick in the hospital, and just for our nation, praying for the youth who are actively being manipulated, and it would be my suspicion by they're the people who are supposed to be teaching them. There's a lot going on. And thank you so much for your prayers. We'll keep praying and lifting her up and her medical team. Amen. Amen. There's just so much to talk about, man. So much going on. Thank you for bringing that up, Genesis. I appreciate that. And we appreciate any continued prayer for her and her family and her friends. My goodness, Dark Woods. We'll be praying for you too, bro. We do care, by the way. I care about you, brother. My gosh. I'm sorry I missed that. Dark Woods. Yes, guys, please pray for Dark Woods. So what all is going on? Dark Woods? Brain bleeding and a stroke? Oh, my Lord. Man, I'm definitely going to be praying for you. That is no joke. That is no joke. I'm definitely going to be praying for you, brother. And I know it can be scary because I've been there. In that unknown, but a good thing to focus on at this specific time would be God's promises. Just Google that. Just look up God's promises. And the one that brings to mind is Jeremiah 29:11. Let's see. For I know the plans I have for you. Let's see which version you want. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Definitely going to be praying for you, brother. Yeah, I'll try to pay better attention, man. Genesis, there's a poem titled, I Needed the Quiet, that was so uplifting when I was going through cancer treatment. I needed the quiet. I don't want to butcher it. Was it He Drew Me Aside? Now look, okay. I'm not like a poem reader or anything, but I'll try. I needed the quiet, Alice Hanch Mortensen. I needed the quiet, so He drew me aside, into the shadows where we could confide, away from the bustle where all the day long I hurried and worried when active and strong. I needed the quiet, though at first I rebelled, but gently, so gently, my cross He upheld, and whispered so sweetly of spiritual things, though weakened in body, my spirit took wings to heights never dreamed of when active and gay. He loves me so greatly, He drew me away. I needed the quiet, no prison, my bed, but a beautiful valley of blessings instead, a place to grow richer in Jesus to hide. I needed the quiet, so He drew me aside. That was amazing. That was amazing. Sometimes when I don't make sense, it's because of that. Please don't think I am crazy, because sometimes it just comes out wrong. Speech and movement are affected. Well, my brother, I love you, and I am so sorry that you're going through that, man, and we are here for you. Totally understand, man. Rebel says, I got your 6, Dark Woods. Positive vibes headed your way. In the wind, I'm burning sage and praying. You got this, and you will be okay, whatever God decides. I would trust trust. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Wasn't that an amazing poem? Thank you for sharing that, Genesis. I am so thankful for that. That was amazing. Shell says, pay attention to who your kids talk to online as well. Information they're giving out. Bless our children, especially in these days. So, look, I think the main thing that we can all agree on at the moment, there's plenty to be looking out for. The most powerful thing we can do, because I don't think it's intellectually dishonest, to say there's nothing going down around us. And the most powerful thing that we can do is lay what we're worried or concerned about at the feet of Jesus. Bring it to God. Invite him into the table of your heart. Invite him into your heart. Ask him to dine with you and for you to dine with him. And to commit that personal relationship. It's the most important thing in my life. It's the most important thing that I can get on here and share with you. As well as other information that you guys share, like that beautiful poem, Genesis. Uplifting, edifying. I mean, that's literally what we're called to do. Anarchy, my brother. Good to see you. Wingnut, my man. Good to see you, Anarchy. Anyway, guys, we love you. We thank you so much for joining us on this live stream this evening. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. We're not very scheduled, but keep an eye out for us somewhere around 6 and 7 o'clock. It's really going to be more dependent on the news cycle. I just didn't have enough for you yesterday, but I did want to go live with you guys yesterday. Keep an eye out for us. Weekdays, weekends, in the evenings. And keep an eye out for any random update videos that we upload that aren't live streams. And those will probably come out during the daytime. So, bro fist, everybody, get your bro fist together. Join us in prayer. We love you guys. I'll see you out there. We'll catch you on the next one. Bro fist.